looking at alliums today, which includes leeks, onions and garlic, the main families, although we've got some oddities here to show you as well. November is a great time of year to be planting garlic. This is elephant garlic, that's hence the giant size of the cloves, but smaller garlic will do as well. But don't get it from the supermarket, do get it something that's been grown locally before, because it's most garlic is coming from places like Spain, not at all hardy for our weather at all. So garlic can be planted 6 to 9 inches apart and about, I'm in inches still, so it's about several inches deep in really good, well draining organic soil, the best rich soil that you can find. There are many types of onions and they're the best veg for the winter, I think. You can't beat freshly pulled leeks with some butter, just fried. We've got, of course, standard onions, which we grew and harvested back in August. They're keeping well now. We'll be eating those through the winter. And our smaller bulbs of garlic, again, we'll be eating those. They were harvested back in August, and these are now ready for eating over the winter. Some of the more unusual things that we've got are walking onions. These little perennial onions will grow and produce a little stem of bulbils, which you harvest, and here's some I've harvested and grown some more. So they multiply themselves. You can cut them down and use the tops and everything. Same with the Babington leeks. This is a perennial kind of leek that again produces little bulbils or pips from the top. Pop those up and you've got more of them coming along. Very prolific, very hardy, and those are perennial, as opposed to the leeks, which are biennial. So you grow them in 1 year. If you left them in the ground after the winter, they would come up and flower and produce seed heads. You could save the seed. Exciting thing to do. Onion seed heads, beautiful. We're in November now, so we're planting garlic, but shortly I wanted to show you some of the packets of seed that we've got here. Where we've got shallots, which is another type of multiplying onion that you can plant in the autumn. We've already planted those in the autumn. In the polytunnel, they are an onion. You plant one bulb and they multiply into bulbs of 6 or 7 bulbs. And then of course we've got our usual onions. I wanted to show you the packets because they're so beautiful, the different types that I like to grow. And you've got even grow shallots from seed. The trick with onions is they need a long season. So all of the allium family, the earlier you can start them, get them into the soil and give them the longest season possible, you'll get the best size. So with these onions and shallot seed, I should be sowing them in January on gentle heat. Okay, here we are planting autumn onions. These are sown from seed. They're Senshoyu yellow and they are sown at the end of August so that they're ready for planting now. These overwinter, very hardy onions, and they give you a wonderful early crop of onions when nothing much else is around. So we're just popping the plugs out now like this. Nice peat-free compost. Nice well-developed roots. You'll see that the onions are in little bunches of 3. This is how I like to grow them, and that means you get usually 1 big onion and 2 small ones, and then Philippa's popping them into the soil. And we're blessed with beautiful soil here. We've been working these beds for the last 25 years and putting loads of organic material into them, correcting the soil balances, and yeah, it's a pleasure to work on the soil every day. So this is the second bed of leeks we were talking about. This is a blue-green winter variety of leek, very hardy, very traditional variety, and these will be ready about March time, I would think, for us to crop and eat. Again, on a far bigger scale than you'd require at home, but the principles are just the same, about sowing them at the right time, planting them at the right time so that you have them ready to feed you all the year round. So this bed we've given over completely to the allium or onion family. We've got garlic just here coming up. This is from my own self-save bulbs from last year. These are onion shallots, and again these are saved from seed. You save the best each year and replant them so they're self-sustaining, just beginning to sprout now. Beyond that we've got red onion sets. Now those are bought in, so they're like little bulbs that you just buy at the garden centre and push into the soil. These are the overwintering ones. You can get yellow or red varieties, and again below that we have more of the yellow onions which we grew from seed. And in that way we get a wide variety of garlic, shallots, onions, and we'll get them early next year when they're in very short supply elsewhere. Okay, here we are. We've got elephant garlic with its giant but mild bulbs, and we're just breaking apart. These are the best bulbs from last year. They're just starting to produce little roots now. They're that eager to get planted, and this is the perfect time to plant them. We're now in late November, in very poor light this afternoon, but the soil's prepped now. They will go in and they will produce these giant bulbs by about June or July next year.
So these are the elephant garlic cloves, great big cloves. I'm going to plant them about 9 inches apart and about this far under the top of the soil. So make a little hole first of all, and then get my dibber, make a bigger hole, pop the garlic clove in, push it down, then cover it over, and then before I forget, I'll measure off the next one.